was coming home from West Palm. I rushed home. I was stuck in traffic, the traffic where my son was laying in the road. After that, I don't remember because I went into shock.
A Florida mother says she had never heard of KRATOM until it was too late to save her son.
After struggling with his addiction for over 2 years, he committed suicide.
Ian was 20 years old the July day he jumped off an overpass into traffic on I-95.
KRATOM grows naturally in Southeast Asia and is usually sold as a capsule or powder. KRATOM has similar effects to narcotics like opioids and carries similar risks of abuse, addiction, and in some cases, death.
The FDA issued a public health advisory earlier this week warning people about its possible dangers.
There's plenty of evidence that it's addictive.
The compound is really not as benign as a lot of the internet would, lead you to believe.
Have people died from this?
Yes.
States have already banned KRATOM, and the FDA says it wants to keep the drug out of the U.S. entirely.
So much debate about KRATOM in our area, it's time to find out what's in this stuff. Our KRATOM loot included powder, capsules, and this liquid drink. 3 out of our 4 samples tested positive for metrigenine, KRATOM's active compound, and 1 came back no findings.
The 4th product had indications that were small amounts there, but not enough for us to be able to confirm its presence.
Which means what to a consumer who's looking for some kind of effect from it?
So it definitely makes it more dangerous for the consumer because from product to product there are different amounts of the active drug in it.
And so why is that significant?
You could be getting nothing or you could be getting something very potent that could put you in the hospital.
KRATOM is unregulated in the U.S., leaving potency levels all over the map, from batch to batch, packet to packet, or drink to drink.
I think it just underlines the fact that the consumer really never knows what it is they're buying.
So bottom line, Dr. Logan, is this stuff dangerous?
Yeah, it is. Who knows if the vendors or the manufacturers are even testing their own products to see how much of the drug is in there.
Calls to poison control centers regarding KRATOM went up tenfold, from 26 in 2010 to 263 in 2015. And there are reports of 36 deaths associated with the use of KRATOM-containing products.
The American KRATOM Association represents the more than 3 million KRATOM users. The Drug Enforcement Agency said it was going to ban KRATOM, basically putting it in the same drug category as hardcore drugs like heroin, ecstasy, and LSD. And when that news broke, it sparked outrage, and KRATOM supporters fought back in a big way. 23,000 people sent comments to the DEA urging the feds to keep KRATOM legal. 140,000 people signed a White House petition, and even Congress got involved. And within a few weeks, the DEA halted its efforts to ban KRATOM.
If it wasn't for all this misinformation that I read and then naively believed, I would have personally never began using KRATOM. A lot of the time online when somebody does speak up and they start to talk about some of the very real negatives, that's when the community at large kind of tries to shut you up.
It's taking advantage of our young people. This was like the devil. That's how he put it. He needed that drug.
As soon as you make that jump to daily use, it doesn't really stop there.
He began to be like sneaky and, sort of secretive, and then his appearance began to decline.
It always made me feel angrier, especially as it would start to wear off. I felt absolutely depressed. I felt like without KRATOM, I was never going to experience happiness again.
My son was my life. He was my pal. He's gone. I've got to learn what normal is. And that's hard. I loved my child more than anything. My job now is to create awareness, and I've done that.